Hello everyone, I'm here today to talk to you about perhaps one of the most debated topics in society today, abortion. The most recent report by the CDC stated that there was 652,639 legal abortions. Wow. When I first read that statistic, it really just blew me away. I never thought it would be that high. The views that many people take on abortion can be based on three main positions. The first being that the fetus is fully human and under no circumstance should that child be aborted. The second position being that the fetus is a potential human and could only be aborted under certain circumstances. And lastly, the subhuman position stating that the mother has all the right to abort the child no matter what. The America that we live in today is very pleasure oriented. We really do what pleases us first and then think about the consequences after. My position on abortion is not really choosing one of these views that I presented, but the use of preventative measures. I believe that we can reduce drastically the number of abortions by the increased use of birth control and abstinence. I'm not saying that this would completely solve the issue, but we could greatly reduce the weight of the problem. So back to the three positions that most people tend to fall in concerning the topic of abortion. In Norman Geisler's book, Christian Ethics, he presents these views very well and sums it up. So the first idea is that of the fetus being fully human, and people with this belief say that there is never a time that a child should be aborted. They base their beliefs on the sanctity of life, and they believe that an unborn child's right to live should be put over the mother's right to her own body. The fully human belief also states that at conception, the DNA of a separate human being is created. When that semen meets the egg, it's a separate human. They believe that according to Psalms 139:13, the unborn are formed by God. They state that all his creations should be taken care of. God cares for his creations like a sparrow, and he holds those sparrows in the palms of his hand. So he cares for the born and the unborn alike. The second view on abortion is that the fetus is potentially a human, and because of this, they believe that under certain circumstances, it would be appropriate to abort the child. They base this belief on the emergence of life, and they say that there's a combination of rights between the mother and the child. So, for instance, if the mother's life is being threatened by the child, then under that circumstance, it would be appropriate to abort the child. And then the last view that Geisler presents is the fetus is subhuman, meaning that the mother has all the right. The child is basically just an extension of her body, and they focus more on the quality of life for the mother, and they believe that her right to her body is greater than the fetus. They say that the fetus is physically dependent on the mother, so she has all the right in the world to do whatever she wants to that fetus. So it would be like an imperfection on the mother's face. If she just got that removed, that's what it's like for the fetus. In most cases, there's no reason that we should ever have to get to this choice of choosing to let the child live or terminating its life. My argument is that if we stop the issue before it gets to that point, we can greatly improve the outcomes. With increased education, use of birth control, and abstinence, we can greatly reduce the number of abortions. There are so many different options out there that are very effective and can help prevent unwanted pregnancies. The Planned Parenthood website has many examples of these birth control options, and they present them very well. They present many, including hormonal methods, barrier methods, and fertility awareness methods. The hormonal methods that they present include the patch, birth control pills, intrauterine devices, and implants. So the patch is very easy to use. It's like putting a sticker on your skin weekly for 3 weeks, and then you take it off for a week, and then you start the cycle again. It releases hormones that prevent pregnancy, and it is 91% effective. Another hormonal method is birth control pills, the one that most people have heard of. They are taken daily, just like you would take a vitamin. They act on the same hormones as the patch, and they too are 91% effective. The implant method is fairly new. It's like a matchstick size rod that they place in your upper arm, which then releases estrogen and progesterone, just like the others, and it lasts 4 years, and it's 99% effective. And then the intrauterine device is a mixture between hormonal method and barrier protection, because it prevents the flow of semen into the uterus, and it also releases those hormones. The barrier methods are always a good addition in preventing unwanted pregnancies. The most common method that most people have heard of is the condom. Condoms are a good addition to any type of birth control because it will drastically reduce the chances of pregnancy. Condoms are 85% effective and prevent STDs. The fertility awareness methods are also a great option because they're free, and if you want to steer clear of hormonal methods, this is a great option for you. They can be very effective if performed correctly. The temperature awareness method involves the daily measurement of body temperature. During the first parts of the menstrual cycle, the body's temperature fluctuates from about 96 to 98 degrees Fahrenheit, and then during ovulation, that temperature will rise to around 97 to 99. So if you're monitoring that, when the temperature rises, you would want to initiate a different type of birth control or abstain from sexual intercourse during that time. And then the other method is the mucus method. It's another way to prevent unwanted pregnancy. And the way you perform this method is by daily assessing the characteristics of vaginal mucus. So normal vaginal mucus is thick and cloudy, and then during ovulation it will become like clear and slimy. And during this time you'll want to initiate birth control or abstain from sexual intercourse. And there's only one method that is 100% effective in preventing unwanted pregnancies, and that is abstinence. In conclusion, there are many positions that people take on the subject of abortion, but I feel that abstinence and birth control are the best options to prevent these unwanted pregnancies. There are so many different options out there. There's bound to be one for every individual's way of life. There's a part to play for each one of us in decreasing the number of abortions. Let's work together and make this a reality. Thank you.